Welcome back, traders. Second portion of our show. The favors for many of you out there. Market movers. It's Merger and Acquisition Monday. Dennis, what do you got for us?
Really is here, Joel. HealthSpring being bought by Cigna HS. CI is probably, obviously HS just being bought here, all cash deal. So there's HS is eventually going to trade up to that cash price, but we've got CI. Might as well give you some technicals on that one. Cigna. Looking at the charts here, Joel's pointed out a 47. I like that number here as well. It's trading 46 right now. But it's hard to say how they're going to, do these things, when they're, the acquirer typically always went down, but lately it seems like the acquirer goes up and both companies go up as they seem to like the synergies. So it's going to be hard to say, but I, watch the first 10, 20 minutes in the actual trade, see how this thing goes. But I think Joel's giving you a decent number of 47 there.
Yeah, we're still a stick away from there, so I'd keep an eye on that 47 level. That's about all I have in that.
There is obviously some stocks that could have some sympathetic moves here. A number of other health care providers in the sector. We've got Humana, which is HUM, trading 78.58 right now, so it's up over $2. Looking at the chart on Humana. We've got $80 is just enormous on that stock. It's been breaking out since the 75 area. So, we're $1.50 away from there. I don't see a heck of a lot till 80, but, obviously gets up to 80. Maybe you see some resistance there. Joel, what do you think on Humana?
Yeah, I mean, they're not the one being taken over, so, we'll see what happens here at the 70. I like to see it hold 78. If it doesn't hold 78, I think we should just go back down and perhaps test Friday's high. Kind of was a little breakout there above Friday's high, but the news is Senate's on its way overnight, so if you want to buy it back at Friday's high, it looks like you're going to have to wait a few days.
Another couple that just could move, I'll just mention them briefly. CVH, which is kind of a Coventry Healthcare, obviously also a healthcare provider. Some of your other ones, not directly related, but could have some sympathetic moves like your Aetna, AET. This whole sector is probably just going to be moving around with a little added volatility when you get such a major merger like that in the sector there, Joel. But moving on to some of our earnings plays, obviously the big earnings announcement here this morning is Caterpillar, trading up very significantly right now, 91.76 after closing at 87.39. So they're loving the cat numbers, Joel. Looking at the chart here, going back, we topped out a couple of times here in, this 92, 93 area. You wonder if we're making a run up to test those spots there that we topped back out in August, Joel.
Well, we may. We already have it up, over $4. So it would really take some momentum to get it up to that area. I see a high there at one high at 92.83 and one high at 93.82. So we can call that 94. I think you'll find some sellers certainly in those areas, if not before. Taking a look in the pre-market, Dennis, we got a high at 92.50. We're still 70 cents away from there. And what I've noticed a lot with these big moves, overnight, whether it's earnings or news related, the pre-market highs and lows are really important. So let's use that 92.50 number to come into play a little bit quicker. And of course, you have the pre-market low at 88.08, which we probably won't see today.
Yeah, you bring up such a good point here, Joel. It's something, obviously even your charting software, they never take into account pre-market pricing, even when they're putting the charts together for the most part. Like you look at, some of your, online charts there, even CNBC, they don't talk about, they just look at what the trades from 9:30 to 4 o'clock are. But those pre-market, prices really can give you an indication of where the stock might go in the regular session. So it's a great idea to keep an eye on those pre-market highs, pre-market lows. If we get some more requests, we could actually start maybe printing those on the site itself just to give some added value there to our listeners. Let's move on, though, to another sympathetic play that probably is moving, and it is moving this morning with Caterpillar, is Deere. DE 74.37 after closing at 72.23, so it's up a couple bucks on those good cat numbers. I like the 75 area as resistance here. Joel, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at, let's just go to the pre-market. You got a pre-market high at 74.60. So from the 74.10 where we're currently trading up to 74.60 could be very good resistance. Don't see a whole heck of a lot at 75, to be honest with you, Dennis. I really see as the next major resistance point being at 76.42. Which was a high back on September 21st.
We've had a stock here breaking out to a new 52-week high on Friday. Kimberly-Clark, they reported this morning, KMB. It's actually just trading down slightly here, 72.5 after closing 73. Actually only one trade, 72.70, but it's offered at 72.50. So looks like they're not that happy with the overall numbers here. It broke out from $72. That's where the breakout was. I think you might find a little bit of support in there, but really, it's there hasn't been a lot of pre-market trade to really give us an indication of really where they want to take this stock, Joel.
Well, it doesn't seem like someone wants it to go through 73 for some reason. That's just a few spotty trades there in the pre-market. I would say, from 73 up to that till Friday's high, which was a 73.23. Should be good resistance in that stock. Above there, it's anyone's choice. The numbers weren't that great, but I guess just with, the adjustments that they made, they were, in line. Holding 72 on the downside is, going to be real good support.
VF Corp just continues to make new highs here, Joel, breaking out on their earnings report this morning. 138.07 is the last trade after closing at 132.69. That's well above the 52-week high of 134.61. This stock has had a great year. Beginning of the year, we were down at $80. Now we're trading 138. So congratulations if you were an investor in this one, because it's just been climbing up. Obviously, some of your other retailers could move in sympathy here with it. I think a Ralph Lauren, RL. What do you think, though, on VFC, Joel?
Well, I guess that Timberland deal turned out pretty good for them. What I'm seeing on my software, Dennis, is about 600 shares have traded in the pre-market. 138.65, so that could just be some short just puking his guts out all over the place. I don't know, man. It's up $5, 4%. I just keep an eye on that 138.65. This would probably be another stock if you want to trade this high flyer. Keep an eye on that first 15 minutes higher low. As well as the open, and if it can't hold that opening range, maybe try it on the downside and maybe get back down to that 52-week high.
I think we should do some numbers on Ralph Lauren, because I often notice that Ralph Lauren does track pretty well with this stock. Not perfectly, but definitely has a correlation there. RL, I'm just looking at the numbers, kind of been breaking out over this 150 area there on Friday. I'd obviously use that as some support. This is a wild stock, though, so if you're trading this one, just be careful, because it can move really quickly. Obviously, 52 at 154.60 is going to give you some. But what do you think?
Yeah, I'd use this Friday's high and close right there, 150.77, 150.74. As long as we hold that area, I think it's good to go to the upside to test that 52-week high at 154.62. But if, in fact, we can't hold this 150.70 area, I'd be having a tight stop in there. This thing could fall $3 or $4 in a heartbeat.
Freeport-McMoRan FCX having a good morning here, Joel, trading up over $1.40 here after closing 36.58. We got it trading 37.96. It's a stock that has been beat up, but been coming back here in the last month. We bottomed out there earlier in the month at 28.85. We're up almost 10 points from there, so nice run up. I look at this 40, I see some resistance up there. That's still $3 or $2 away from here. Maybe Joel's got some numbers a little bit closer.
Well, I like the old 50% retracement on the move. That stock fell off a cliff from 48.60 down to that 28.80 level. Just trying to bounce back here. We're about halfway here at this 38, currently where we're trading. So I'd keep a real close eye on that. It does look like you have some air between 38 and 40. So if you are shorting it at this 38 level, keep a close eye on it.
One stock that looks to be your disaster stock of the day here is SXCI, Simon X-Ray Charlie Ida. That's SXC Health Solutions. I think it's getting a little bit of beat up here on that HealthSpring merger. There's some I think HealthSpring's one of their major customers, so maybe they're concerned they're going to lose a ton of business here. That's the only thing I can really see on the headline, so I think that's what it is. Wow. SXCI, looking at the charts, like we're trading 43.30 after closing 56.42, so it's down 23%. Really getting beat up here, Joel. Bottomed out here at just above $45 back in August. We're trading below there right now. Be interesting to see if it actually does open below that 45 area. If it does, I think you might find some support at 40, but maybe you can do some pre-market numbers on this one too, Joel.
Well, it hit a pre-market low. It hit 35.69. And there's some decent volume associated with this. Currently trading at $43.60, $44. I just, without knowing the ins and outs of the deal and what's affected by this one, I think this definitely would be a sit-on-hand stock today.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. If you're going to trade it, expect, you're trading it in points. Don't worry about trying to make sense on this one. You need to make points on this one if you're trading it, because it's going to be a wild ride. Just another little merger here, RNOW, which is Right Now Technologies, RNOW being acquired by Oracle for $43 a share. So that's an all-cash deal here, $42.75, so trading 25 cents down from the cash price there. RNOW, obviously, I don't know if numbers really matter, but maybe we do some numbers on Oracle just because it obviously is acquiring a company here this morning, so maybe that puts a little added volatility into Oracle, which is trading down 12 cents right now, Joel.
Yeah, keep an eye, Friday, weekly high, that old thing, 32.70, 32 and a quarter was Friday's high with the 32.12 close, so that should be good resistance. This stock has had a nice run up since hitting $27 earlier in the month. I would also see some major resistance at the 34.13 to 34 level. But looks like that 32 and a quarter is going to come in for a play if you want to short the acquirer this morning.
That's all I've really got for you. Obviously, lots of movers here in the health insurance and healthcare providing sector because of that big merger. Anything you want to close with there, Joel?
Just a quick recap of the S&Ps here. We've held that 1235 number, making a run at the Globex high. So let's keep an eye on that. That 1235 is mid-range on the day as well as the close and also Friday's highs. So got a good number there. And on the upside, the upside target way up at 1256. So that's our show for today, folks. Please send your comments and suggestions, and we'll be back with you tomorrow.